Look, I am by no means a relationship expert, but I do know for sure what a situationship feels like.
Are you gonna miss your mom?
No.
No?
You like the person, but it's not really a relationship yet. Yeah, no, let's not act as if it'll come to anything really. So let me tell you my story. I like this girl, or so I thought. You know, we kissed, we clubbed together by accident, and I hugely advise you against to do this. And it never really came to be a relationship. Why? Because in the end, I didn't really like her. I just liked the notion of being in a relationship and practicing it with somebody. It sounds so cruel in retrospect, mostly to her, but also to me. But of course, you can never just like a girl for practice. So I started to really like her. But guess what? She had other plans. It wasn't her fault, but mine really. So let me introduce you to the first rule that should always apply when you want to go into a relationship. Only go into a relationship with the person you truly love. There should never be a discussion with yourself trying to convince yourself of liking the girl when in reality you are not. Please, under no circumstance, say to yourself, let's see how this works out. This is the biggest lie because it will never work out if you say it the way you are. Because let me give you an honest reality check. It will never work out because she will never change. You have to like a girl for what she is currently, not for what she can be. Because she will never be the way you think she will. She will never get easier too. So let's jump to rule number 2. Stop acting like somebody you are not. You are not a Sigma, nor are you a Rizzler. You are you. So you should always be your authentic self. Because, think for it for a second. It may sound super cheeky, but you have to realize it's true. I got this from the book Attachment, and it truly struck me. I know for a fact that you'll be getting a DM from a girl and not opening it for a day or two to sort of signal that you are busy and you're a Sigma and you're working on your business, when in fact you're doing nothing, when you're doing nothing at all. Stop trying to convince her to like somebody that in reality you are not. Or maybe you even lie about your lifestyle, saying, yeah, I go party every week, I have a ton of friends, when all you do is sit on your desk and play League of Legends with your best homie you've known for years. But all you do is just sit around and do fuck all. Do you want to imagine yourself to be in a relationship where she fell in love with the facade, only to realize that she isn't compatible at all with your authentic self? You'll have to realize, not your real self is attracting those girls. It's your fake self. The fake self that tries to sleep with as many women as possible. The one that seeks for social validation. It's not your authentic self who's liked by those girls. It's this Sigma grindset type of guy who isn't really you at all. There's this common myth in the Red Pill environment where you have to be this stoic, dark, kind of mysterious guy, which is good, but you have to make it compatible with your true self. Do you really want to continue living this fake life? So let's come to number 3, which has been a huge problem for me, which is making an effort and planning in time. Going into a relationship is a huge commitment, and people often forget that. They just think, I pulled this girl, I kissed her, we're going into a relationship and we're not doing anything really. There's those huge gaps between those dates, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, even 1 week is the bare minimum. Because you have to imagine you have to keep continuing loving this girl. And if you notice yourself doing that, you may have an attachment issue. And I'll be doing a video on that sooner or later. But to keep it short, people either are secure, which is something that you aren't if you're watching this video, anxious, or avoidant. If you're anxious, like I am, you start to like this person fairly quickly. If you're avoidant, you will like this person fairly quickly too, but you will lose interest fairly quickly. And there's this fourth kind of type, which I've been finding myself in lately, is the anxious avoidant attachment issue. It is when you're so anxious to write the person or to ask them on a date, but you don't do it in fear of something happening between you. To sum things up, you have to discover who you are as a person, as a dating style person, and realize those huge gaps may for one have been because you have those attachment issues, and two, maybe they just are because you don't particularly like this person, or three, you have so much work in this time that you cannot really focus on having a relationship right now. Which is a lie. It doesn't really happen. It's just bad timing. Having no time at all just means you have planned out your time poorly. So please make yourself a timetable and start to compartmentalize your day into those time blocks, and then you'll notice you have a lot more spare time than you think you have. Let's come to the third rule. Never stretch things out, call them out. This is the issue of situationships, which just happens so quickly, because a situationship in itself is just a relationship that isn't called out. It will be uncomfortable for you maybe, but mostly you'll be overthinking it. Talk to the girl or this boy about it, what they truly mean for you, and what you want them to be in your life. This makes me so miserable too, because I failed to do it. I failed to call things out, and it was my call to do so. And it is one of the main reasons things failed, because you cannot stretch out a situationship for more than 2 weeks, give or take. Because after that, it's gone for. Because all those mixed feelings will make a girl and yourself uncomfortable of really thinking about what the person truly means for them. I compare it to like a tapas in Spain. It's like this small little snack, and once you tasted it, you want more, but if too much time passes, you don't really have an interest in it anymore. So an actionable step for you: after you've finished watching this video or this rule, you have 2 minutes to FaceTime this girl or this boy or text them about it, because something happened between you and it needs to be called out. Number 4, if you feel that things are wrong, they probably are. Look, when it comes to relationships, our gut feeling never lies. It just simply doesn't. So when you feel like you like the person, but you're not ready to go in a relationship with them, it's hard to say it like that, but you don't necessarily like the person. It may just be the social validation, and my drunk friend once told me this on a random night, but I think this is such a wise point. People in our age, at least in the teenage years, don't go into a relationship because they like the person, but they just like the notion of being in a relationship. And this is why things fail so quickly. This is why the school relationship only lasts 3 months, or it can again be an attachment issue. The avoidance and the attachment styles often stop a relationship because their gut feeling tells them to do so, when in fact the person is totally fine. So I'm realizing right now that I need to make the second video about attachment styles for you to deepen your understanding in this topic. If you have a weird feeling about going into a relationship with this person, please let me be this one friend for you. Don't go into a relationship with them. If it's only been 3 or 4 weeks and you feel like things aren't really feeling the way they should be, they probably aren't. And instead of keeping this person on hold, tell them the honest, maybe even hurting truth, that you don't want to be in a relationship with them, and stop giving them false hopes. It is really unfair to the person. Believe me. So let me give you a last reason on why your relationship failed and came to be just a situationship. And it's: your purpose should come before your relationship. It's a rule from the book The Way of the Superior Man, and it's a whole nother topic with masculine and feminine polarity, but I encourage you to watch the video of the book summary by Hamza. You can just type it in the search bar and find Hamza's The Way of the Superior Man summary fairly quickly. So the gist of it is, each and every one of us has a polarity inside them, an energy which drives them to do the things they do naturally. So I, or many men, have a thing called masculine energy, where they want to sit down, do the work, and are more of a silent type of guy. And then we have the feminine energy, or what we call the chaotic energy, because as men we have 5 emotions we can feel, and girls, because they are feminine, they have 5,000 different versions of emotions that they can feel, which we cannot fathom. And they are the ones that want to do this lovey-dovey thing. Of course we do too, but they do more than us. And the thing is, when men finally find a girl of which they think as of attractive and which have good qualities, they often become depolarized in the relationship, meaning they put the relationship itself in front of the girl. And the more time they spend with the girl, the more they realize that they neglect their work. And you become unstable in the relationship because you have yourself become more feminine, because you start to like the lovey-dovey stuff more than the masculine stuff. And sooner or later you'll find yourself being pretty unhappy. But one important thing which I have to call out is the masculine energy paradox. It's something I noticed myself, which is those gaps we talked earlier about in your dating life with this one girl. Could also be because you're coping with this mechanism, saying,
"Oh yeah, I'm just doing my work phase right now, and I'm in my deep work phase, so I don't have time for my girl."
yes you do. Yes, you should make time and room for your girl. You being masculine and doing hard work is great, but it shouldn't irritate your dating life either. You have to find the balance between deep work and finding time for your girl, let's say on weekends, or finding time for your girl during breaks of your deep work. Never use it as an excuse. Use it as a subtle rule, as the borderline rules you always have to hold in, but where you have a lot of wiggle room. Find the sweet spot where you find yourself happiest with your girl, refreshed with this feminine energy, which can then translate into your deep work life, into your masculine life. Alright, that should be it for this video. I'll make a different video on my dating life too at the moment. And I hope you liked this video, and I hope you found some value in it. And if you did, I would be glad if you support this channel, because I literally have 6 subscribers right now, 5 of which are probably all accounts by me and my friends. And I hope you will stick around with this channel. I know I'll make it someday, and I hope you'll be part of the movement. So thank you for watching, and also thanks to Hamza for bringing me this knowledge of masculine and feminine polarity. And
Of course, you can like the video and share and
fuck all this. Alright man, love you, bye.